So I finished work. This is shift 4 of 4. Just sat underneath the shelter bit because it's raining a tiny little bit. And plus, if I sit over there, it'll be still a bit wet. So sit here. Oh, it's a beautiful game, football. You can never know. Well, you can always sometimes tell how things are going to go, but you can't always tell with some games. So me and another colleague were saying like, oh, Burnley are going to beat Rotherham, no problem, and we were losing to them. It was 1-0 to them, and it was 1-1, and then it was 2-1 to them, and then in the 90th minute it was 2-2. So I was like, okay, I'm settling for a draw here. And then it went to 90 plus 12 minutes, but in the 90 plus 10 minutes we scored, and a player I can't even pronounce for Burnley. So it was 3-2, and I literally went, there was no one in, but I'm glad when it happened, so I went, fuck yeah, and just celebrated, and everyone was just like, is everything alright? And I'm like, yeah, Burnley 3-2, I'm like, get in, I'm like, God. And I'm like, this is because Blackburn lost to Coventry yesterday. So I was kind of like, well, it seems kind of fitting that Burnley are going to lose to bloody Rotherham, and then we end up winning. And then earlier we had some Blackburn supporters in. I was like, yeah, this isn't good at all. This is not good at all. I actually announced first that I was a Burnley supporter, and then they showed the one of them had a phone case with the Blackburn Rovers. Now here's the funny thing, when you think about, I mean, okay, you've got Sheffield United, which have known as the Blades. They have the York, a lot of you will find a few Yorkshire teams have like the Yorkshire rose on it, the white rose. But in terms of like for Lancashire, Blackburn I think are the only team that have the red rose on their badge, sort of as like a reminder of like what county they're from. And like Burnley don't need to do that, because Burnley, we know we're in Lancashire, we don't need to have a red rose on our on our emblem. And Blackburn make it so that it's the. Here's the thing. On the other teams, on the Yorkshire teams' badges, it's not the main feature. Like you've still got the badges on. You've still got the white rose on the badge, but it's not the main centerpiece. Whereas on the Blackburn one, it is. It's like, here we are. We're from Lancashire, and I'm like, we know. You don't need to tell us what county you're from. It's obvious. We know. Burnley is like, we know we're from Blackburn, we know we're from Lancashire, but we don't need to advertise it because there's no need. Anyway, Lancashire talk. Anyway, so Burnley are 38 points, and Blackburn are 33. So we're one game in hand, one game ahead basically. So if we lost our next game, we would still be like one game ahead. But the thing is, Huddersfield lost to Sunderland, and like I said, all Huddersfield supporters will be so pissed off. They're last in the Championship again. And the thing is, Huddersfield's next game is Blackburn, so I'm not convinced Huddersfield are going to win. But mind you, saying that, Coventry beat Blackburn, and Coventry are in the very bottom stages of the Championship, and Blackburn are second, and they lost to a very low tier table team, whereas we're playing third place, which is pretty good actually. So even if we draw it, we still draw it, but like, oh, it's so like surreal. Once we play Sheffield United on Saturday, our next game is Blackburn. So that's going to be the interesting one. Can we win it? Maybe. Will there be a lot of rioting? Yes, there will be. See, this is the difference between the people that were in earlier were Blackburn supporters, and they were denying everything. We didn't lose. We didn't do this. But I'm like, I'm showing you the football score. You lost. And they're like, oh no, it's fake. It's the internet. It's fake, isn't it? And I'm like, well, no, it isn't, because that's real. And they was making out that it was fake and all. And I'm like, well, I'm a Burnley supporter. We lost. So what? We lost. Like, we'll just win. We'll just see what the next game's like. That's a difference. Burnley supporters, we lost. So what? We lost. Next game, see what happens. Blackburn, oh, we lost. They're basically children at this stage, pretty much. Blackburn, oh, we lost. But it can't be real, because someone might have match fixed it. I'm like, no. I've got an itchy back. Ow, there we go. So I'm going to wear my Burnley shirt tomorrow, meeting Ryan, going to Glasshoughton. I'm going to try upload as much of my Blackpool footage as I can before going to Glasshoughton with him. Even if I'm uploading it on the train whilst I'm going. Potentially. Oh man. People were like, oh, you're right. And I'm like, yeah, Burnley are fucking winning. Yes, it's a beautiful game. We're actually winning. But then, come like 10:30, a Rotherham supporter came in, and there's me giggling and smiling that we've just beat Rotherham, and he went, oh God, don't tell me you support Burnley. I went, yeah, I do. And they were like, oh God, and things were just getting awkward. I thought, please just get to 11 o'clock so we can shut, and then that's it, done. I'm not going to see a Blackburn supporter, I'm not going to see a Rotherham supporter. Next game will be Sheffield United, and it's at Sheffield. So tomorrow, with being in Castleford, direction, so it'll be Glasshoughton, I'm going to wear my Burnley shirt, and it will be a joy to wear it. And the thing is, I'm meeting Ryan, who's a Man United supporter, and they're not top of the table, and I know it's Championship, but we're top of the table, so I can say I support a top of the table team. He can't. It's a joy. It's an absolute joy. We've got a better team, we've got a better squad, we've got a better manager. We are in a good position right now. Us Burnley lot. And me mate, well, I say, yeah mate, yeah, we're Burnley supporters, we're all mates. Who works here with me was like, oh, I'm going to the game, and I'm like, oh, good luck, it'd be good. And then as soon as I saw like the score 1-0, 1-1, 2-1, I was like, oh bollocks, I think my taxi's here. Is it? No, it's not. Anyway, gonna wrap it up. He's gonna be so chuffed as well, because he went as well. I'm like, you're gonna be so happy with yourself. Anyway, gonna wrap the video up. Trip to Glasshoughton tomorrow, or as you might know it as Junction 32 Escape, more commonly known as, except for like, if you say Glasshoughton, you're like, where is Glasshoughton? But if you say Junction 32 or Escape, they're like, oh right, yeah, okay, yeah. But it's called Glasshoughton. It's like one of them weird things. Cool, cliche, niche things as well. Putting a niche thing on something that's quite common and popular. So anyway, thanks for watching for now. I'm gonna get home. I'm gonna upload a few videos more for the Blackpool trip, and even tomorrow morning I'll upload some more stuff before I do go on the train to Glasshoughton. Anyway, thanks for watching for now, and goodbye.